Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to another Tea with JD. Today's tea is dark chai blend from the farmer's market. I'll probably mention the name in detail the next time I have it because I just forgot. But hey, and hello to my people in Go Indie now. A couple of things. No, I just published another book. Wanted to let you guys know this is my 13th book and my first full-length middle grade novel, and it's called Given to Fly. It's about a boy who dreams about flying. He moves to the Pacific Northwest. He realizes that there's no magic in his house, and that's because magic is next door. In his house, next to the house, there's a hill called Malcolm Hill. On the top of said hill is a big tree. John Rivers is a curious 11-year-old and he likes to play. Something that's kind of rare these days. Not seeing an 11-year-old, banking for headshots in Fortnite is a surprise lately. Which brings me to a couple of things about the story, but I'll get there. There's a hill. He's playing on the hill. He has a boomerang, has a Nimbus 2001, different things, and he even has a kite. Different things that he's playing outside and just enjoying his time. He even has a cape, which you can actually see in the back cover. He's a nice kid. He gets to the tree and suddenly he realizes that beyond the cliff, below, there's a cove. That's not the special part. The special part is that there's a huge tree that's growing and is hanging over the cove. And that's still not the special part. The special part is that there's a house that's set on its side on that tree. He looks at it and he's like, wow, what's going on? And he's curious enough that he might have checked it out, but when he realizes that maybe someone was in trouble because he sees a shadow inside, he climbs down, puts himself at risk to make sure that everyone's okay, just in case. And as soon as he gets into the house, he realizes that even though that he sees the house sideways, gravity and reality in general inside the house is a bit different. It's a different perspective. Then he comes in contact with the most literal representation of a living room that there's ever been when he gets questioned by an ottoman. And different things like that. He meets the owner of the house, whose name is Veit Otstein, and if you recognize that name, he's appeared in other of my works because he's my literary persona. Try to imagine me trying to pass myself through my literary filter, meaning that it's me, but with a lot more of Willy Wonka, Cheshire Cat, maybe a little bit of the Joker, maybe a little bit of Peter Pan, and just randomness. And it was a lot of fun to write. I mentioned the Fortnite comment, and I think it's a good comment because I really worked hard so that there's no violence in this book. If you turn on the news, if you turn on media, if you see a movie, see a TV show, see cartoons or whatever, violence is like a mandatory ingredient. And I don't get that. A couple of years back, I saw Ponyo by Hayao Miyazaki, and I think it shows that I'm influenced by Hayao Miyazaki in this book. Just a tad. But I saw Ponyo, and it was very refreshing because there was no violence in that movie. There was action, there was drama, there was danger, but there was no violence. And that was really lovely, and I really wanted to take that to heart and write a book that doesn't depend on violence, doesn't use it as a crutch. Some people might say, yeah, but you write other stuff that is violent. And I'm like, yeah, because there's different parts to our soul and to our personality, and I like digging into different wells of my soul. But I wanted to show that you don't need to use violence to make a compelling story. And it was really fun and really refreshing. And if you read there, it says that it's an adventure novel. Whilst I was writing it, I made the decision, as I did when I was writing the Daydreams on the Sherbet Shore, that I was going to do this as long as I can in terms of my life. I think there's a place and there's a need for books without violence. And it was really fun. It was really fun and really refreshing. And just a really special experience. Yesterday was the launch. And I've done a ton of guest posts and interviews to my fellow booktubers. If you want me on your channel and you want to gab for a while and chew the fat, by all means, I'll make sure to bring floss to chew properly. But yeah, it's been nice. A lot of people have offered to interview and read, and people have done, I haven't asked people to do extra wide thing. A friend of mine was like, he gifted the book to 3 people, and he's like, if you want to support indie authors, this is something that you can do. And I was blown away because I didn't ask him to do that. I have another friend on Twitter. She's doing a giveaway right now. If you go to Twitter, Hope Denny, she has a giveaway on her Twitter. All you have to do is DM her a word to participate in the giveaway for an ebook. I have friends who have bought the book to give it as a Christmas gift. It's been a bit overwhelming in the best way, because you're always a little nervous and a little hesitant when you're going to publish a book. And people say, yeah, but you should be used to this. This is the 13th time. You never get used to it, especially when you're indie and you see how how much of a challenge it can be. But on the first day, someone bought and downloaded, read, and reviewed the book, and that just feels like I did something right, and that was really special. But it's been really cool. I haven't copy pasted answers to the different guest blog posts that I've been on. I've sent my press tour, the piece that I did for the press tour, and a couple of people have published that. But if anyone has asked me for a guest post or an interview, I haven't copy pasted one thing. I've written it from scratch, because I think that if they were kind enough to offer, the least I can do is just offer my most honest answer. And I think it's also good training so I can be consistent with my answers. But yeah, it's been really lovely. It's been a really lovely launch weekend, and people seem to really be enjoying the book. And as a writer, what else do you want except for people to read and enjoy? And apparently they are. So very thankful. Hashtag blessed. But I'm feeling blessed because people have been really nice about this one. I've done a bit better in getting momentum for the launch. I've done guest blog posts, I've done teasers, I've done different things. I haven't bought ad space, because I still believe that there's nothing better than word of mouth. And I work in advertising, and part of me is really stubborn and wants to show that you can do it full on grassroots. Obviously, I can't even pay the rent 1 month with what I earn from books, but it is what it is. Another detail. This book, all sales, no, not physical, all sales of ebooks, and any of my other 12 books, I'm going to be donating to EB Awareness. If you read the title, it says Given to Fly. Given to Fly is my favorite song by Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam is my favorite band. I've said this ad nauseum, and I will continue to say it because it's true. And because I want more people to listen to Pearl Jam. And it's a song that I've played in really important moments in my life. When I've left jobs, switched jobs, gone to interviews, or before going to an event, it's something that I listen to pump myself up, and it's something that's really brought me a lot of joy in my life. So I sent the band a copy of the book with a letter, and I was like, if you're not cool with this, I'll change the title. I really hope that they don't ask for that. Copyright law says that I can use song titles, but I wrote to them in like August, and I sent them a copy. And if they get to read it, I just hope that they enjoy it and they know how much they mean to me and my life, and how much their music has inspired and shaped and molded me, because it has. Given to Fly is my favorite song. When I pass on, I want people to play Around the Bend, the last track from No Code, which is their 4th album. One of the most meaningful songs that in my life is Present Tense, which is also from No Code. And I can go on and on and on and on and on and talk about Pearl Jam. But I did write to them because I wanted them to know that I didn't want to use the name of the song as a crutch or as an in to get more exposure or anything. It's just that it felt right. And at the very least, there are a couple of copies that exist with that name. But yeah, I can waffle on and on, but I can also waffle on your channel. I'm going to be interviewed a couple of times. So to not repeat myself and to have some answers that feel fresh, I will cut this here. But if you would like to, I will include the link to buy Given to Fly, ebook and physical version. I shall always recommend the physical version because, wow, that looks nice. I've got a busy December, but I might be doing either crates or taking books to Puerto Rico in case anyone is interested. But in case you want to do an Estrada crate, I'll happily make an Estrada crate. I'll think of something else to include Given to Fly in. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for reading. Thanks for reviewing. And thanks for everything, man. And women. And non-gender people and dogs and cats and everything. Don't want to leave anyone out. And I always try really hard not to leave anyone out because a lot of people have been really nice and really kind and supported me. So thank you to each and every one of you. Until next time. Peace, love, and maki rolls.